Hello everyone, welcome back. Now I'm gonna do this next stuff. This stuff is my most recent pickups, mainly because it's in a big box and there's a lot of empty room in here and I could like put stuff in here. This stuff I just got recently. As I said in my Jaguar pickup video, my mom and my sister kind of co-run a thrift store, secondhand store, and for that they go to like auctions and stuff to get merchandise for the store, and they kind of have a standing order if they can get games for less than $1 a piece to buy them for me. And so they got this. My mom went, I think it was Saturday, and got this for me. It's a little bucket full of stuff, and inside, I'm double checking to make sure these are here. Earthsiege 2. Gangsters. Both of those for PC. Lords of the Realm 2. Again for PC. Gangsters and Lords of the Realm came with books, but they're kind of not super in great shape. I think this is all here. Maybe not. Hold on. Is it 2-disc or 3-disc? I don't know. I guess it's 2. Sims Deluxe Edition. Some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game. It's a demo disc. I really don't care about that. When she bought this, she actually, I guess they announced it as like 15 PlayStation games, even though like only 4 of them are PlayStation games. Triple Play 98. Also, why does it do that? The standing order is like $1 a game, not counting any sports games. PGA Tour 97. Madden 98 with a completely broken case. Ridge Racer 5 for PlayStation 2. Probably would work. Namco Museum Volume 3 for PS1. And I just tossed everything on the floor. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 for PlayStation 2. That one looks really scratched. And then a crappy burned copy of a game. No, I'm not going to do that again. So all that stuff was $5, which is a little bit more than it's not, I don't want to say it's more than I would have wanted to pay for it, but it's worth it. Pick this crap up. Now this stuff, what happened is, one day my mom called me, said some guy was in the store and wanted to know if we wanted to buy a Wii, and he said 30 games, and I guess he was looking to get $100 for that. And she called me up and asked about it, and I was like, well, what kind of games do you know? And he didn't have them with him, but he said there were several Mario games, and he said like Just Dance, and was like naming off some really decent titles. So I was like, yeah, have him come back. And I gave my mom the money, and when he came back, he ended up coming back with like 13 less games. He only came back with I think 17 games instead of the 30. And most of the games that he was talking about weren't in here. Like there were, I don't believe there's a Just Dance in here, and I don't think there's any actual technical Mario games in here. There might be like, I think there's a Mario and Sonic at the Winter Games or something like that. And I was kind of like, I should have, when I was talking to my mom, I said, Well, the most I'd possibly go would be 80, but I told her to start lower, and she made the mistake of, whenever he was talking to her, he said, you know, what's the most you'd give me for it? And then she said 80. And so he took that and kind of upset about it. I mean, I will make my money back from it, but I just don't like to pay that much. But the games are, she said she checked them all. I haven't double checked them. And after looking at them, most of them, a lot of them don't have the manual, and some of them have, oh, there's a winner right here. Some of them have damaged box art. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make my money back from it and stuff, and make something on the deal. But the games, and some of these are kind of crappy, so bear with me. Game Party 2, Nicktoons MLB, Hotel for Dogs, Mario Super Sluggers, which I was happy to see this one. Hannah Montana, I know, right? Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Bakugan Defenders of the Core, which I think this one's actually worth a little bit more. Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots, Monster Hunter Tri with a completely trashed out manual and cover art, Mario and Sonic at the Winter Games, again really wet and crappy looking, My Sims Sky Hero, Big Game Hunter, Excitebots, which is actually a decent game. I like that game a lot. Again, another one I was kind of happy to see, Poke Park, Band Hero, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, and World Series Baseball 2009. Little League World Series Baseball. All those games, which, I mean, it doesn't sound like a really good deal, but like I said, I'll be able to make my money back for it, as long as this works. She didn't test it or anything. I need to tell them to come back when I'm here. But White Wii, apparently it's the one that still does GameCube games. And the power cable and the stand, and one official controller, one nunchuck, 2 Nyko crappy brand controllers, a Nyko internet connection device thingy for it, a sensor bar, and it looks like 2. These are these the official ones? I don't even know if these are, I never had one of the Motion Plus thingies. I think these are the official ones, but I'm not sure. But yeah, 2 of these. And then in addition to all that, there were 2 like Rock Band guitars and drum set. What I'm probably going to do is bundle everything up in my sister's store, taking out some of the better games in here, and then making the money back that way. But I was really kind of, after I talked to my mom on the phone about it, I was like, man, I should have said less, because I was expecting a lot more games, and a lot better games. But it's too late now. Okay, this one I got at, I've shown this Goodwill off. This is the one that had like really expensive stuff in it. I think it might have been in one of the first videos, I think. It had the Urkel doll that I showed the footage of. I was really happy I went up there that day. I didn't expect to find anything, but I ended up finding some really awesome stuff. First is Are You Afraid of the Dark? The Tale of Orpheus Curse, I can't speak, for PC. Put this down here. Next up is, it was really funny because, okay, this is what happened. I walk in and I go back to where they have normally the game stuff, and I'm looking at. I'm like looking at the CDs because I normally that's all I ever find there is maybe like a PC game. But I'm looking at there and I'm all of a sudden I think, well, I'm gonna look up, and sometimes they'll have box PC games there. I look up and I see this sitting there, and I'm like, holy crap! And my hand literally moves as fast as I can to grab these box copies of Tetris, the licensed version, unfortunately, and Dr. Mario. The bottom of the Tetris box is a little bit funky, but I mean, inside everything looks good. And then I also find, which I only bought this because it came with the manual, but Mario Duck Hunt, with a very nice looking manual for it. Then I also got came with one of these little hard cases, Galaga Demons of Death, with the manual for it. It's kind of bent up a little bit because they put it in there sideways for some reason, but that was pretty cool. They also had a couple other NES games, but like nothing that I really wanted. They were sports games and stuff. And they also had a Model 1 NES, but they wanted like $25 for it, and I really didn't want to pay that for it. I did look inside, and it had a 1942 inside the NES. If it would have been something better, I would have picked it up. Next up, my sister got this for me at a Goodwill that she went to. She stopped and she said, "Oh, I saw when she gave it to me," and she was like, "Oh, they had a bunch of games. I didn't know which one to pick up, but I picked up this one, and I didn't know if it was worth anything." Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I was like, "That's the really awesome thing." And she said she actually picked it up because of the GameStop sticker on it. She figured it would be worth more because GameStop wanted more for it. Then I got Risk, a box copy of Risk. Which one is this? For Windows 3.1. I picked these up mainly because I thought it was weird that they didn't have a 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 underneath of it. 2 copies of the Chessmaster sealed. Normally when you see these they have like 4,000 underneath of it. I didn't know why this one didn't. I picked those up. Then we got some more games. More games. What's up, doggy? Curse of Monkey Island. Hocus Pocus. Rise of the Triad. Backyard Baseball 2001, which I picked this up because I swear this was the version that was actually worth money, but when I went to go look it up, like a couple weeks after I picked it up, it wasn't really worth much, so I don't know if it fluctuates or what. American McGee's Alice for PC. And I picked this up because I like these kind of weird demo discs from the mid-90s or so. It's just a games pack, disc 1, various. Has a bunch of different things on it. I would try to show you this, but I would probably glitch out the video again. But like, I picked it up because on the back there's a little screenshot of what looks like a kind of like a dungeon crawl RPG that I wanted to try out the demo for. I thought it looked neat. Plus, I like these kind of weird things. Next up, I picked up Deadly Prey on VHS. This is actually fairly valuable VHS tape, fairly rare. The only bad thing is it has something, I think it's called like VHS rot or like something or other. It's not too bad on it, but inside, if you can see, there's a little bit of white on the edge of the tape. Supposedly, if it's just like that, you can just run it through like a fast forward and rewind it a couple times, and it cleans up and it still plays fine. But that was pretty cool. And Pearl 5 for dummies. When I got this, it's like $1 for softbacks. So what else we got? So many craps. Advanced D&D core rules, CD-ROM core rules for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Marble Drop, which is a Maxis game. I picked this up mainly because I watch Lazy Game Reviews, and he featured this, and I thought, hey, I'm going to pick this up. 3D Maze Man. And then the PC version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I haven't tried that out yet. Next up, picked up Gunship 2000 box copy, which looks pretty cool. Helicopter sim, yes. And this I grabbed because it was sealed. Uncle Albert's Mysterious Island. It kind of looked kind of neat on the back. I don't think it's really worth much, but it was like $3, so for $3 I'll pretty much pick up whatever. PC game, box PC game wise. Star Wars TIE Fighter for PC. No box, manual and game only on that. This I picked up mainly because I know how popular these are now, and I didn't know, I still don't know which ones are worth stuff or which ones aren't. But it was only $1, and I thought, what the crap. I don't even know if, I haven't actually investigated since I got these to see if these are actually what I thought they were, but I think they're 2 My Little Ponies in a bag. One's actually a unicorn. So I don't know if this is worth anything, but for $1, if nothing else, whatever. Then I picked up, Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2 on Game Boy Color. What is this? Dark, I know what this is called. Dark Arena, I think, on Game Boy Advance. And Zelda 4 Swords Adventure for Game Boy Advance. And next up, I got Myst 4 Revelation. And a couple really funky horror freaking like exploitation type action VHS. This one is Splatter, which kind of got some cool box art going on there. The Supernaturals, which I remember this freaking this cover from when I was younger, going to the movie stores. And then Beyond the Door 2, which that's just creepy right there. Hold on to see if that'll, I don't know if this is going to screw up the video or not, but it's pretty creepy. Let's see, let's go over here. Alright. I got MechWarrior 4 compilation, which this is actually a pretty valuable game. However, inside it's missing one of the discs to MechWarrior 4, the main game. However, previously I had found the cat's chasing a moth. Awesome. I had found another copy of it, so if I decide to sell it, I can always put that copy with it to make it complete. And Age of Empires 3, the collector's edition. It has everything in it except for the game, but I don't care. And the box art is kind of, looks like it got wet. It's kind of wavy and funky looking. Alright. this Wallace and Gromit action figure set. Has what is this? Wallace, Wendelin, and what is that? Sheep, and the dog, whatever. I can't remember their names. I haven't watched anything Wallace and Gromit in years. And I picked up this puzzle mainly because it was, I think, $1, and it has this really funky art to it, and it's two-sided. Let's see. I don't know if any of this will actually show up properly, or if it'll screw up the compression codec thingy madoohickeys. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. It's probably missing half the pieces, but whatever. Try it out. Alright, we're working our way down now. Actually, before I finish, I'm going to cut the video and make a new one because it's probably close to like 20 minutes or something.